Fantastic.
And we are live.
Oh,
Not
all
live, we're not
right.
streaming, we're just
No,
recording.
no, I'm not. I would never do that to you guys. By the way, we're streaming the first game. Oh, there's no pressure. Uh, okay.
It's just half the fun.
Yeah, just, we just have a few thousand odds. No, absolutely not. Okay. Welcome everyone to the first session of Embers of the Titans. We got there. We did it. We scheduled and everything. Also, apologies ahead of time if you hear me echo at all. My brother and I are technically in the same room.
I'll
And
try to be a little
let me
quieter
know
now.
if a bunch of noise comes through my mic because I have a fan running on my face right now and I'm using my beard as an organic muffler. Um, so we gonna play and it's gonna be fun. I think we should probably just get right into it. I mean, you guys have all had introductions in text. Um, Maybe we should really quickly put names to faces. Brother, do you want to go first?
Hi, I'm Isaac. I'm the big brother to the DM. I
He definitely doesn't abuse that position at all.
um I'm autistic. I'm a second year animation student. Um, I guess that's good to start with.
Yeah, I was just asking for your name, but that works
I'm
too.
gonna just oh yeah, okay. I was
Back of the
born
book bio.
back in the
No.
day.
Uh, uh, and well, we're also joined by Dwango. You
Hi,
want to
I'm
say hi?
dwangoAC, leaning over a cat at the moment, who might run into my microphone at any moment. I
Perfect.
am a fellow nerd. This is my first campaign where I actually know what I'm doing, mostly, kind of, sort of. I built my own character for the first time, so yay. Like, for real.
I'm clapping, but my mic didn't pick it up.
That's okay.
We're also joined by my friend Wren. Uh,
Hi, I'm Wren.
and
I don't know what else to
I-
say.
yeah, no, I was only asking for names, and then this turned into like a whole meet and greet thing. It's got away from me, and we're also joined by Blue, who's a very old friend of mine.
Hi, I'm Blue. Yeah, I have not played since first edition was a thing. So
Getting you back in.
this is going to be fun.
Yeah, getting you dragged back into the game. It's yet another Fast
Gotta
and Furious
pull him out of
movie.
retirement. One last game, yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
And on that note, let's begin. Our story takes place in the world of Rimlight, and we begin in a large city. You can see it toward the bottom right corner of your map. It's called Adelaide Skifta. It is a peculiar city. It is built on these giant worms that live on the lower slopes of the Titan dragon Teagartha's tail, which is really hard to say. This ginormous, possibly unfathomably huge dragon stuck petrified in combat with the other equally petrified Titan Animos. They're front and center on the map. Not necessarily to scale, but they're very, very big. And on the slopes of Teagartha's tail, there are these worms, these giant worms that live giant worm lives. And built on their backs are these towering artisanal lighthouse built style towers with countless balustrades and balconies and embellishments, just the most beautiful, ornate. There's no two towers that look alike. And we begin on the back of a particular worm. This is a very unusual city, Adelaide Skifta, because it's on the back of these giant sort of titan worms. It sort of separates and wanders a little bit, and so there are different lengths of it. So we sort of zoom in to one particular length, one particular tower, to a prison cell. Out the window, the occupants of this prison cell, which has these like ornate bars that have been like embossed and engraven with all these beautiful designs. Like every inch of this place is a work of art. Outside the narrow, highly decorated window above you, you can see the red glare of the wounded moon and the orbital ring around the planet. stretching across the sky. In the prison cell are two people. Temmerlinck, would you like to introduce yourself? Describe your character to us, Blue. I didn't mean to call you by your character name.
Yes, I'm Temmerlinck. That is my soul name. I am a warforged. So I was built back before the Titan War as a gardener.
Wow. You're very
And,
old.
well, I haven't actually been alive all that long, or at least I haven't known that I was alive all that long.
That is very interesting.
So, what do you look like in this prison cell? What's kind of the what's Temmerlinck looking like?
What's Temmerlinck looking like? He is looking like, let's see, I am basically plated all over with a material which kind of looks semi-metallic, but it's actually more like a resinous material. It's kind of coppery colored, shines with an almost glassy sheen when the light strikes it just right, but it's got a more matte finish most of the time. He cultivates moss over some parts of his exoskeleton, but he does not wear any other clothes because he does not see the point of it for social reasons, and he doesn't really need the protective aspect most of the time.
Right, kind of a resin robot vibe. And
Red robot, he has a single green crystalline eye, no visible ears, nose, or mouth.
all right, all right.
Very
Now,
cool.
Temmerlinck, in this cell, there's only one other occupant because one of our players couldn't join us tonight. There's one other occupant, and it is a gaunt, scruffy human, kind of sitting, lounging in the corner with his hood pulled up in that way that people lounging in corners like to pull their dark hooded hoods up. He's wearing kind of a long, dark, somewhat ragged cloak, but he's got very expensive boots. Uh, and he's just going to turn kind of his head a little bit toward you and go, "So, what are you in for?"
I am not certain. I was
Oh, very
I was
interesting.
sent I was sent by my people to catalog and take seed samples from this part of the world.
Huh. Most interesting. I know what I'm in for, but I have no doubt that my bail will be taken care of. It. I don't anticipate showing up to the court date, but don't tell them that. I'm Takeen, by the way. It's very nice to meet you.
It is nice to meet you.
And at that, by the way, sorry, Blue, for putting you on spot. Originally, there was going to be multiple players in the opening. You did great. The door rattles open. This beautiful door rattles open, and in walks a knight, followed by another figure. The knight is a shifter with visible fangs and scintillating blue, light on black eyes. She has a close cut crop of red hair. She's just a little hairier in general because she's a shifter. She's got a full suit of immaculately embossed and inscribed plate armor, artisan silver steel illustrated with gold and crimson. It's tapestried, unique to her alone. This is a one-of-a-kind suit of armor made specifically for her, and probably detailing some of her exploits in various metalwork. One pauldron rises higher than the other. It's fashioned like a coiled worm with a lighthouse fortress on top. On her back, she has a heater shield and like this with very artistic patterns, and it bears the heraldic sign of the Inkworm Knights. It's the dragon Tagartha with her tail dividing into 100 multicolored worms. Her gauntlets have slots for claws to come through, but she carries no other obvious weapon.
Whoa.
And she kind of clanks in, and behind her is a very different figure. Wren, would you like to describe your character?
Coming in behind this very intimidating figure, it sounds like, is kind of an average height woman with this short curly hair kind of just hanging around the ears. She has a dark blue shirt that's looks like it's made out of different sections of cloth that are meshily stitched together, and the cuffs on the sleeves are adorned with like these carved metal cuffs, kind of like just kind of styled to hold the shirt tight to the arms. She wears a red scarf around her neck and has to her back attached two short swords. And she's wearing black leather pants and some basic leather boots. And the really only feature, well, not really feature, but accessory of note would be these large, blue, feathered, almost earrings kind of sprouting out from behind her ears.
Perfect, amazing. So the knight walks up to the bars, kind of clanks up. All right, my name is Dame Daria Cothram. I've been entrusted with your case and your custody. I've been looking over the details here. I believe I'm addressing Temmerlinck.
Yes.
I want to extend to you the apologies of the Inquisition Knights. There was apparently some confusion when you said you served the Queen. It was assumed you meant our sworn enemy, the Queen of the Crucible. You will have to forgive my compatriots in the oath. As it turns out, you actually are a member of the Queen's Park Rangers, which is an ecological preservation society. Do I have that
Yes,
correct?
that is correct.
Our delegates from Astrolabe have confirmed your identity and credentials, so I apologize. There was effectively no need to detain you, but misunderstandings happen. In the future, I'd advise you to specify that you actually serve not the Queen of the Crucible. You are actually a citizen of Astrolabe and the certificated counselors, stellar counselors, or whatever the heck those nerds call themselves. As for you, she turns to Keen. You know very well what I think of you. Keen just goes, "Oh yes, my reputation precedes me." And Dame Dariak just goes, "Unfortunately, someone has anonymously paid your entire bail, so I am obliged to release both of you from this cell. However, I don't have unlimited power in these cases, and so you will both be released on parole. Again, you have my apologies, Temmerlinck. There is Oh, yes. Go ahead.
I understand. I thank you for your consideration. I will do as you suggested.
Yes. Good. The sort of upshot is to get you parole, I've had to finagle a bit with my superiors. There is a caravan that is late coming from the Vulture Grounds, which is a territory controlled by the Inquisition Knights, I should say protected, and concerns have been raised about what might have happened to it. For your community service, your parole, you will be dispatched to determine the fate of the caravan, and then when you return, regardless of the fate of the caravan, your name will be cleared. Again, I apologize for the inconvenience. This was the simplest way to avoid you being needlessly locked up for indefinite periods of time, and frankly, as for you, she looks at Takeen again, I'd rather know where you are, seeing as someone has paid your bail and I can't detain you. I'll put you to something productive for once. My work is tremendously productive. It is essential to defying the social order of the... Yes, sure. And Kai Deflu, she turns to the figure beside her, you will be going with them to keep an eye on them and make sure they do their parole and that they return to clear their name.
She just kind of leans around and just waves. It's like, hi.
Kai is not an Inquisitor Knight. We're somewhat short-staffed these days. She has been recruited for this mission. So with that, I will let you be on your way. I will remind you this mission is time sensitive, so try not to dilly-dally on the way there. And she gets out this big ornate key and unlocks the cell. You're free to go on a parole basis. Kai, you may lead them out.
All right, well, come on then, guys. She's very kind of caught off guard almost. She didn't expect to be left alone.
Yes, I'm sure you will all have a great time and become best of friends. Now, I do have other business. And she leaves. So you guys head out of the tower? What do you do? Do you lead them out, Kai?
Yeah, I would, assuming
Okay.
I know the way.
Oh, you know the way. You've worked here enough to know your way out. You exit the tower of Posterus Cosane. It's it's not like the biggest tower in the world. It's sort of like a minor guardhouse, and you step out onto down these big steps, big wide steps, unnecessarily intimidating steps, down into the streets of Adelaide Skifta, and it's all these tall towers. They're almost reminiscent of like traditional Japanese architecture, but they're very ornate, and there's a lot of gargoyles and little statues and a lot of gold and red, bright colors, needlessly detailed. Every building looks different. And there's a great hustle and bustle about in the street. And as you turn to head towards the gate of this particular length of Adelaide Skifta, you stumble across a peculiar old crone. Dwango, would you like to introduce your character?
Ooh.
You see a rather distraught-looking, quite disheveled old woman who's wearing extraordinarily badly applied makeup and bent double. She looks to be hundreds of years old, wearing what appears to be a gray mottled cloak with the hood over her head. You can't make out her features too well. And she leans in and kind of says to Keen, "Oh, Keen, I was so worried about you. I didn't know if I was going to be able to get the bail for you."
Keen kind of gives you a look of recognition, but his cordial, sort of public-facing smile doesn't change from his face. Oh, never fret, ma'am. Very good. Very good. To see you, and you needn't have worried about a man of my greatness. I will always serve this community and resist the tyrannical authorities of the unfair and unjust systems of this land. No bars can hold to keen your stuff.
Yes, I know. Is it okay if I accompany you along the road for a little while?
I see no problem with that. I don't care what the parole officer thinks.
And who are these other lovely people with you?
I would be mentioned, parole officer. My name is Kai. Who are you?
You see the old woman give Kai a very discerning look, and then glance over to Keen with an odd expression that implies, "Really? A parole officer? Here? What are you doing?"
It was mandatory. You know, I try to indulge people once in a while. I hate for people to feel embarrassed or useless. It's really it's a generosity thing. You know, she's just a sellsword. It's her first day on the job. You know, I'm just trying to make things comparatively easy for her when I inevitably ruin her career and get her fired. No offense, Kai. It's just I have a bit of a reputation.
Well, Kai, my name is Pika, and I will be driving along with you, or somehow making it by. I might not walk as fast as the rest of you, but I'll try to make it as well as I can for at least the first leg of the journey. I want to catch up with what Dakeen has been up to.
Well, it is nice
go
to
ahead.
meet you. It's nice to meet you. And the king, was it?
Yes, to keen your stuff.
You'll find it's not so easy to evade me.
Oh, I've heard that before, but that's very nice of you. I do appreciate when people put in the effort. You know, I can respect a solid work ethic. Like, what did you say? You're collecting plants or something, Mr.
Yes,
Temmerlinck?
yes, I am sent to gather seed samples from this part of the world for my organization.
Insight
Sounds
check.
that. Okay, roll an insight.
First roll.
Yes, you can roll insight. Uh, Blue, you can roll either persuasion or deception, and if you like, you can set in the top left of your sheet to send that only to GM so they don't know.
Oh, sorry, I did it public. Oh well, it's fine.
No, that you're fine. The insight roll can be public, but whether or not it's persuasion or deception, you can keep private if
Okay,
you like, Blue.
23.
okay, how do I?
In the top left of your character sheet, there should be a button that says to public or to GM. And
Hang
if you
on.
click, yeah,
Right.
and
Okay.
and then if you go back to core on the right, you can get back to your skills, and
Right.
then roll persuasion or deception depending on if it's true.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. 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 Pika, you think this is on the up and up. Temmerlinck does not seem to be in any way dissembling.
Alrighty. And if I may, with that insight roll, do I sense any danger being a little bit more open as we travel? Shall we say?
Temmerlinck, I think you know the answer to that. Do you think? Oh, go ahead. Do you feel like if people become more open about who they are, do you feel like you're going to be unnerved or are you going to snitch?
I am not going to tell. Who would I tell? I
Yeah,
do not know anybody in this part of the world.
yeah, Pika, you very much get the impression that this is kind of a fish out of water thing. This is a what you see is what you get kind of person.
All right. So you notice a little bit of a relaxation, but not toward. How do you pronounce your name? Kia?
Oh, Kai.
Kai. Darn it! I will get it right eventually. Kai.
When you started.
Still a wary eye toward Kai, but has visibly softened in concern otherwise.
All right. Well, very good to see you again, Pika. We're headed out to deal with the missing caravan. Always one to help the common people. Would you like to tag along?
Oh my, yes, I would love to. I will do my best to keep up. And you notice as Pika starts walking along, Pika seems to be moving with a little too much ease considering her apparent age.
So do you guys continue on down the street toward the gates?
I would say so. I'm keeping a special eye on oh shoot, what was the troublemaker's name? Starts with a T.
Taki,
Takeen. Yeah. I'm keeping a special eye on him. Just keeping him in my periphery, so to speak.
he's like got his hands in his pockets and he's whistling. He's just he's got kind of a scruffy. I didn't fully describe because he had the hood up, but he's got kind of scruffy mop of blonde hair and this little wisp of a blonde mustache. He's just kind of this scruffy devil may care kind of guy. You can tell that he knows you're keeping an eye on him, and he's like purposefully acting extra nonchalant just to like mess with you.
Gotcha.
And as you head down the
Likewise,
street-
Pika is
go ahead.
going out of her way to stay oddly out of your line of sight. Somehow, despite there not being a very large party, Pika manages to just sort of disappear into the background, and you kind of forget that Pika's there.
Would you like to roll? Why don't we roll? Dwango, if you'd roll stealth, and
Ooh.
Wren, if you'd roll perception. Let's see if Pika can evade the sharp eyes of Kai DeFlu. Oh, not quite. Not quite. Pika, you melt into the crowd as you so oft have before. And you can tell, even like Takeen isn't paying enough attention to know where you are, but as you look, you just eye to eye. Kai locks eye contact, just clocks you, just like I can see you still.
So as Pika is walking, you start noticing a few peculiarities. So Pika is very evidently quite small, and pretty clearly a halfling, and you notice a little too much hair on the leg, among other things.
I was just having to be stuck watching all of the shifty people.
Babysitting duty.
Of course.
And sorry, Wren, whatever campaign I put you in, you're always on babysitting duty. I don't know what happened, but
It happens every time.
and as you're heading toward the gates, you begin to hear floating towards you the words of a peculiar, vehement argument. I told you this is the last time,
It's not
Mariel.
even that. It's not even that bad. Oh, sorry, I got my microphone.
I've told you again and again. This is the last time I'm trusting you to
Come on,
sell the
it's-
skins.
It's better than money. I don't
It's-
understand what the problem
That
is.
is not. It's not better than money.
He said it was a charming flute. We could use this for charming.
You sold our livelihood for a stick, Mariel.
It's not a lively. It was one on. It was one. Like pelts of Anjamain thing. Like
It
this is.
was one Ongamane pelt is worth good money, Mariel. I'm a shepherd. We are shepherds. That's what we do. And as you walk, you come into sight of two figures. One is a short, orange, elderly grung, a frogman. He's got a blue phoenix mask and ornaments that Kai you recognize as very much feathered wanderer apparel. He's got a frill, even the feathers over his head, almost like a headband. Blue feathers, and he's got black and white shepherd's, kind of rough shepherd's garb that he's clothed in. Next to him, brother, if you'd like to describe your character.
Oh yeah. Okay. Does she have her cloak on right now? Actually.
It's up to you.
Okay. I'd like to know before how when it comes to wait, sorry, hold on, I'm getting back echo. There we go. All right, so what can you try muffling your thing more?
Yeah, I've got it muffled. We'll just have to deal with it. Sorry, guys.
Wait, hold on. We're talking through pillows. Does this work?
Yeah, you're not. I think it's working.
Can people understand me still?
Yeah, we can understand you, and actually,
I'm
I can hear him better. I can hear Levi Luke
I
better.
just straight up have a pillow next to my face.
So did I.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try to do this. Okay. So basically, I want to know this grunt guy. His name. Hold on. I should know his name. Droggle, right?
Droggle. It's your NPC. He can.
Droggle.
Okay.
So with Droggle, I think I want to know how cool he is with me being open about my identity.
I think he doesn't give two cares one way or
All
the
right.
other.
This is just a visit to town then. Okay, so you see, looks like she's about 14 years old. Has blonde white hair. She's fairly short. blue eyes, and she's wearing this white dress with like a blue capelet thing, and with a cloak that's kind of off to the side. And peeking out from the cloak, you can see 2 feathery wings.
And for the last time, Mariel, this is the last time I trust you to do anything related to money. You are just
Look, okay, I'm. It's not. It's a little out of my comfort zone. To be fair, it's a little out of my comfort zone.
everything's out of your comfort zone. Your
No, I'm
comfort
just
zone is
saying-
not a zone. It's like
I'm just. You should at least try this flute. You should see if it works.
I
If you-
don't
if you
want
hold
a
the-
dick.
I get you don't want the stick. I get you don't want the stick, but
What is
Scott-
your reaction, Pika, excuse me, and Kai and Temmerlinck, as you see these 2 very unusual figures approach?
I don't see you yet. I'm fully distracted.
I would probably attempt to kind of herd the group away from this conflict.
Yeah, too late. I've already wandered toward them
We
directly.
Wait, you're stealthy. I should roll perception to see if she even notices. I didn't roll great for my character. 4. Yeah, she has no clue what's going on. She's
So do I perceive or do I see any items that because they appear to be arguing about things? Do I see or observe anything that they're holding or have on their persons?
You can tell that Mariel has a little bit on her, and the grung, excuse me, you don't know her name yet. The
Oh,
winged.
He heard her call her name, so she can probably.
Oh yeah,
refer.
you're right. Thank you. She seems to be carrying a little bit of objects, but kind of sparse. You roll me perception. Roll me perception. This is a perception check.
70.
Yeah, between the 2 of them, if any of them are going to have anything valuable, it's probably the old man. It's probably the grung.
Oh, and Mariel has this blue cranston with like a little gold on it. I drew a picture. Hold on.
Oh, you
There
drew
we
a
go.
picture.
Here we go.
Yeah, she has like a armor headband kind of thing. It's called the cranston.
And is there a way to get that picture in Roll20? I actually don't know.
I have it. I switched it to for my character, like my person. Does that show?
Oh, avatar in the bottom left.
Yeah.
Ah,
Does that work?
okay, yeah. Yeah, I had it covered on accident. Okay, I see it.
No problem.
Awesome.
Blue.
So basically, I'm going
ahead.
to start because I recognize what was that person's name? Or we heard the name, right?
Mariel
Mariel.
was the name of the winged girl.
And the other party member that seems to have more stuff on them. You just start to see Pika, rather a little bit too overtly hobbling in their direction, only in the sense that their movement speed belies their stated age.
And Takeen is just gonna like immediately fall into step and ignore Kai trying to hurt him. I mean, he's just beelining with you for these randos. Temmerlinck, what are you doing? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Kai.
I was
Temmerlinck
just gonna say, sorry.
No, that was me. I call on both of you at the same time.
he's a little taken aback and uncertain about the argument, doesn't really want to get involved, but he's sort of hanging back, watching, curious to see what will happen.
All right, and Kai, what are you doing as this situation is rapidly deteriorating?
I feel like I wouldn't necessarily be worried about what Pika's doing, just because that's none of my business. I would, however, probably try and grab the back of. How many times have I heard this name and I still forget it?
Takeen, your stuff.
Takeen. I will probably not remember that still, but I will try. Takeen,
That's
I'd probably try and like grab the back of his shirt or his cloak, kind of like picking up a cat by the scruff of his neck,
Oh,
and just like stop him.
I can't have a friendly conversation. I'm not breaking the law. This is still technically towards the gates. I think this is enforcement. This is police brutality. You're being unnecessarily rough with someone in custody.
Okay. Takeen.
Lucky for you, I'm not a police officer, and we have a job to do.
It's just
Oh.
brutality.
Just the biggest stick in the mud that's ever been stuck in mud.
Meanwhile, I'm
yeah,
holding a stick.
I can't take credit for the name taking your stuff. That's a Dwango original.
That is perfect.
I envisioned it as Takeen, your stuff.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's
Um,
actually
Right.
going to help me remember the name.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
It reminded me of the meditator, all the bad puns I did for the
for that
other
campaign,
campaign.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Magic
Sorry.
School
I don't
campaign.
want to get off.
Yeah. Anyway, in Rimlight, this world, Mariel, you see these strangers approach,
All
and
right. I am
it's a,
excited.
it's a great opportunity to change the subject.
It's a great opportunity to study the subject. I get excited. Can you describe to me? I've been looking for my wards for a very long time. Uh, I can tell this isn't all of them. I can tell that another one's still out there. But what's my how do I what's my perception of this? Of how
You
do I?
It starts with like the hackles on the back of your neck, like you get a little spidey sense, kind of hair
Ooh.
standing on end, and almost like a jolt of electricity. And as you see them, you get this overwhelming, sort of flowing celestial sensation that suddenly you stepped into the correct current. All of a sudden, the winds have changed and you're going in the right direction, and it's coming from these people.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
What are you staring at now?
Well, okay. So I know you told me not to go up and talk to random strangers all the time.
I've told you that 200 times.
I have this great feeling, though. I think this is what I'm here. My deity. Remember, I told you how
Oh, yeah,
when I fell down, I was gonna, I was here to help guide people and
Yeah,
protect
yeah,
them,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
protect their, help with their souls. Like,
Ugh.
yeah. I think this is it. This is those guys over there. You see, she's just straight up pointing at you guys.
Don't point. It's rude.
Sorry.
He's
Yeah,
like
just
too
slapped
short
it
to
down.
slide. Yeah, he's like trying to slide your arm down, but he's too short because he's a little frogman. Pika, what do you do as you get near these people?
I am doing my very best to stay behind any character that's a size taller than I am, using naturally stealthy as best I possibly can.
But your stealth was 11, and my perception was 4. So I don't think maybe.
Yeah, I don't think Mariel. You still haven't seen.
Okay.
Takeen.
I feel the tug, but I don't know who. I don't see which person it is. So.
Excuse me, I still haven't seen Pika yet. You've seen Takeen. Takeen just walks straight
Yeah.
up.
Takeen, do I feel the same thing? The same
No.
connects with Takeen? Okay, thank God.
He's
Okay,
just some guy.
or whichever my God is. Yes.
Hail and well met. I'm sure you've both heard of me. I have no clue who you are.
I'd like to roll history.
Roll history.
Have I heard of this guy? Probably not. 17. How the
17.
flip did I have a -2? Okay.
This guy's a local folk hero.
Really?
He steals from the rich and gives to the poor. He's basically Robin Hood. And
Oh.
you've heard about him because you live out on the Vulture grounds where people are pretty poor, a lot of poor feathered wanderers who are shepherds. And this guy has more than once slipped some misbegotten gold into people's pockets, some illy obtained riches.
Drogle. It's a Drogle. I forgot.
It's up to you. It's Drogle was how I was saying.
Okay.
it.
Drogle. Don't you know who this guy? This is taking.
Aha! I see my reputation precedes me. Come. He gestures to you, Kai, and you, Blue. Come, parole officer, plant robot. Come and say hello to these fine people who know who I am. I think by the end of this day, officer, you'll see that I really don't need to be on parole because I do so much good for this community.
He redistributes a lot of wealth.
As it should be redistributed.
At the end of the day, man, I don't care what you do. I just need to get paid.
Lawful neutral. Oh, maybe not.
I can respect that, but also totally not. Oh, hang on. The old frog turns to you, Kai. We're kin, ain't we? You feather wanderer. He notes your blue feather earrings.
That I am.
Ooh.
As are you.
What's that?
She said, "As are you."
Oh, indeed. Always good to meet one of the kin. I don't believe I've met you before, though. Are you new to the area?
I've been around. I tend not to stick in one place for too long.
Ah, well, that's the feathered wanderer way. The blue phoenix does not roost eternally.
And I point to my my little holy symbol of the blue phoenix, just kind of here on my neck there.
This is my troublesome handful of a daughter, if you like. She fell from.
Aw, you've never said that.
I didn't. You didn't.
Do I get to call you dad now?
No, absolutely not. She
Okay.
fell out of the sky, and I've brought her into the fold. But I gotta tell you, I've got a splitting headache from it.
Taught me how to read and write and speak the common tongue. Like how to use the scythe, how to wear clothes without catching them on fire. Almost how to milk the
Conga mains.
yeah.
That was a bad day. That was a
I
bad
almost
day.
got it.
No,
Almost
you
got it.
didn't. Not even close. So what's all this then? You're working for the Inkworm Nazis. I hear something about parole, you said?
Taught me how to use eating utensils too. Those are pretty cool. So I keep going.
I've got to make ends meet somehow.
I
I'm running low
understand
on
that.
funds, so.
Where's this whole noise headed? We are going to help the common folk out on the Vulture grounds. A missing caravan has gone missing.
That's one way to phrase it. But yes, we're going to
And
go
Pika
find a
is going
caravan.
to help wherever she is.
Do I still see Pika?
Yeah,
Pika,
because it was 11 and 12, right?
Yes. Although, if you want, Pika, I will allow you both to reroll stealth and perception if you guys want to go at it again. Okay, that's 12 for stealth.
Oh,
You've lost Pika.
Shoot.
Pika has, during this conversation, entirely disappeared, in as much as possible. If anyone's actually clocking for me, you can roll yourself, but
Mariel is clueless.
Yeah, my intent is to be sidling up. Mariel, what is your alleged? This isn't really your father, but like I gather your stepfather. What is his name?
Drogel.
Drogel. I'm basically out of sight behind Drogel.
Temmerlinck, you're super tall. You can see over the tiny frogman, and you can see Pika like hunkered real low behind Drogel.
I can see Pika. Yes.
I have one other question. Mariel mentioned a flute, I believe, that was... Did I understand it correctly that a flute that Mariel had was now in the frogman's possession?
I think he had refused to take it.
Okay, but I'm still holding it in a really obvious place. It's like very visible. I'm still holding it just kind of like in my hands.
It's still within reach.
Okay.
And not paying attention.
And now, was I to understand that he wanted to take that from her?
He was angry that she had obtained it instead of money.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, I am going to, shall we say, pilfer two people at once here. We're going to see how this goes. I'm going to attempt to pickpocket the flute at the same time I pocket a gold piece into the frog's back pocket.
All right. Mariel, I need you to roll perception.
Oh boy, 24. Holy cow. 14. Ouch, shoot.
The flute disappears, and Drogel, the grung frogman, he doesn't even notice that it's gone or that anything is in his pocket.
Okay, so I have just pocketed a gold piece into his pocket, and
charming flute.
I am now adding a charming flute to my inventory. Thank you.
Dun, dun,
Sweet.
dun.
Temmerlinck, you saw all of this happen.
Yes.
Do you do anything, or do you just kind of let this slide?
If I can, I will just lock eyes with Pika and just maintain eye contact as much as I can.
Pika does not even bother pretending, just looks straight at you like, I know what I did.
What was that, Wren? Okay.
It's so funny because I was about to say you looked at him like you were saying, I know what you did.
And Temmerlinck just has like one giant, is it green eye?
Just one giant green eye, yes.
Yeah.
That's basically his face, is one giant green eye, so yeah.
Yeah, so as this has now played out and borne its course, Takeen is gonna turn to you, Mariel, and he's gonna go, "Yes, indeed, we are going out to help save the common people. Are either of you skilled in battle?" She's 14.
Ooh,
Well,
I am so skilled in battle.
Oh,
I went
which-
to like angel school. I'm totally like
yeah, your angel school, sure.
yeah, no, because I worked for I was taught by this Riona's archangel James,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, he taught
I'm
me
sorry about my
a
daughter.
lot of what I know.
I apologize on her behalf.
I wouldn't say all I know because that's not totally true. Because obviously,
You didn't know anything practical when I found you.
Virgil taught me stuff.
But
you
you
know,
are skilled in battle.
actually, yes, this like it's one of the like in the words of James, killing is the easiest job.
Ah, the light of the gods shines even, well, at least of Riona, shines even on our meeting. Parole officer. Is it Kai? Kai? I think you are to arrest her, and then she can help fight.
Oh, you don't have to arrest me. I can help.
You are doing no such thing.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing, you guys. I felt this at this meeting. I know this is what I've been
Oh.
waiting for. See, I was sent with a mission.
Oh,
to,
yeah.
I don't know who my deity is, but
Uh-huh.
I was sent. I received this message 2 years ago that I should
Yeah.
come to the Rimlight and gotta meet my wards that they've chosen for me. God or goddess. I don't know which one. And I can tell. I mean, like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like 4 to 5. I'm pretty sure. Like I could totally just. I knew you guys were out there. I think this is destiny.
I can't stop you, can I? This is one of those things like where you just wouldn't quit playing with the rake when I kept telling you it wasn't a toy.
I mean, to be fair, those plants did grow back eventually. Like that was like
Well, I'm going home.
okay. Well, wait, hold on, my microphone. There we go. I guess we'll meet you up. Where you guys going?
We're going out onto the Vulture grounds.
Oh, hey, Dwango, we could accompany them for at least a little bit. I mean, it's only neighborly. We live out in the Vulture grounds.
We do. I don't want these people to know where I live. They have a parole officer. I'll. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I would like to point out because I'm not really a parole officer. I'm just here to make sure that they don't misbehave, for lack of a better term.
She's trying to make sure we don't get away.
Yes, thank you.
I'll follow you to the gates, but Mariel, I really wish you'd quit trying to go off and stab things. You're gonna get yourself killed.
Don't worry. You don't have to worry about me. Listen.
I never worry. I never lay awake at night worrying about you for hours and hours.
Listen,
Never.
Adorable frogman. I know exactly how to like. I can totally do this. Whatever it is they're fighting, I can
Why
totally.
have I got money in my pocket?
Hmm?
I got gold.
Oh, maybe you didn't like count it.
What? I've never had a gold piece in my life.
Oh, okay.
Did I steal this? Are these my pants? Maybe the gods do shine on this meeting.
Is there any thing I can roll that I could somehow put 2 and 2 together? What would that be?
I think that's up to Mariel. If you want, you could roll like wisdom, but
Wisdom? Okay, like just a straight up wisdom check.
yeah, if you want to systemize it.
I've got a -2 to this. So I didn't 0. Okay, yeah, I've got no clue.
I've never seen a 0 before.
It's a miracle.
It is a miracle. It must be. I'm telling you, my deity. This is destiny. This is cold.
All right, fine. You can go with the ex-cons you can go with the convicts to track down missing persons. Fine.
All right. Well, don't worry. I will be. I like put my hands
point. Oh,
on
sorry.
his slimy little shoulders. Like, don't worry. I'll be back. You don't have to worry about me.
I would never worry. Never, Mariel. Never once.
At this point, Pika, who's still behind him, speaks up. Well, I assume it's a message from the gods that this is a blessed reunion of the people.
Hey, I feel this connection to you. That's totally that is like, yeah.
Well,
like I'm telling you, I thought there was another one around here. I thought I was counting. Okay.
All right. I guess it's fate. Whatever. Let's go to the gates.
At this point, Kai looks stressed. She's like in an eternal face palm at this point.
Ah.
Hey, big guy. Drogle looks up at you, Temmerlinck. What crimes did you commit, and were they murdering frogs?
I have not murdered any frogs.
That's a relief. It's also what
Yeah.
a frog murderer would say.
Oh,
I would not harm a frog.
Well, that's a relief.
I rolled 19 insight. Can I just? I can probably
Are
tell
you
that.
trying to hide? I don't know. Should we roll persuasion deception? Yeah, let's do it. We're already doing it. Blue, do you mind rolling persuasion or deception again to GM?
Oh,
If this gets too cumbersome, we'll stop doing it. But I've seen people do this, and I wanted to try it.
Oh, it's fun. I like it. Keep doing it.
Keep the
persuade-
mystery. Oh, okay. I went to everybody, but that's okay. You can definitely tell Mariel that he's being legit.
Don't worry, Drogle. I'm pretty sure this. I can just feel it, just deep down. You know me. I understand people so well.
Oh my gosh, you don't.
So well, and that's really I don't know how I rolled a 19. I've got 0 insight.
Well, make sure she don't get killed, okay, Kai?
I'll do my best. If there's nothing I or you can do to stop her, I suppose I'll do my best.
She's bigger than me now. That's the problem.
we will do what we can to look after her, gentle frog person.
Thank you,
What he said.
big guy. Just don't teach her any prison tricks. Like no cards, no smoking, no gambling.
Ooh, I didn't even thought about that.
Don't. You guys make your way down to the gates of this length of Adelaide Skifta. And as you reach the gates, you begin to descend down this long slope that is the hill of the ginormous dragon tail. The moon is high above in the night. There's the orbital ring shining brightly. Behind you, these tall towers of the different lengths of Adelaide Skifta rise up its slopes like lighthouses against this thick night. And as you come down, you enter, after a time walking, the Vulture Grounds, which is this scraggly, cratered plain. It's got fleeting patches of grass that have grown up since the last moon rain. There are, just in the distance, you can see other feathered wanderers herding these kind of hyena pig-looking creatures, which you'd probably know, some of you at least would know, are called Angamanes. How does passive wisdom? It does. I don't think passive wisdom's a thing. I think you're thinking of passive perception.
Mine says passive wisdom, parenthetical perception on. I don't know what that means.
Oh, that just means passive perception.
Okay.
It's just weirdly phrased. That's just how they do it. It's fine. So you're out now in the Vulture Grounds, and Drogle kind of takes one last look at you, Mariel, and he mumbles something. And,
I give him like 2 big thumbs up. Like, I've got this.
Now, of course you do. And he just kind of gives you. It's not even a hug. It's like a side lean.
Side lean. I pat his head.
All right, you take care now. You know where to find me.
Yep. Don't worry. I'll be back.
And then he kind of hobbles off into the distance, into
Give him a
the hills.
little clumsy salute. All right. I'm just kind of like bouncing the balls of my feet.
All right, Mariel,
like,
now you're
around.
alone with strangers.
Yes, this is great.
Okay.
Where are we going? I probably should have asked that before I signed up for this.
There's a westward road that leads down out of the gates. I assume you guys are going to follow that.
Do we have to go to?
So.
Do we have to go to Pika first?
No. Pika is actually some distance away. The Vulture Grounds. Yeah, there should be a line there, but there isn't. That's my bad. But anyway, it's the map is loose. The Vulture Grounds are big. So you get out. Sorry, what were you saying when you're following the Western Road?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like there's like a turn off before it gets to the Pika, like that little 3-way thing.
Oh yeah,
maybe
that's
that's
a 3-way. It's just hard to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably what you had in mind.
Yeah. Okay, so go ahead, Blue.
No, sorry, my chair's making noise.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
So you guys head out down the Western Road through this kind of cratered, scraggly, occasionally grassy plain.
Do I perceive anyone other than our party within visual range?
There in the distance, there are some other feathered wanderers herding their flocks of these kind of scavenger critters, but they're pretty far away.
All
Kind
right.
of like a mix between like hyenas and a pig, I've been told.
Yes, yeah.
All right. I'm going to strategically place myself as inconspicuous as possible, possibly kind of probably behind Mariel, and I'll be screwing up my face as we're walking, and just you'll see me messing
who's
with some
taller?
stuff.
This is a great question for hiding. Who's taller, Mariel or Pika?
I'm 2'7", so I'm pretty
You were
small.
way shorter than me. I'm 4'10", so you were much shorter.
All right, so you're behind Mariel. Temmerlinck, what's your vibe as you're walking out? You're Kai is trying to kind of herd you guys in this direction. Pika is like falling in among your company, even though, as far as you know, she's not a criminal except for that reverse pickpocketing you witnessed, where she stole a flute. What's kind of Temmerlinck's vibe? What's going through Temmerlinck's head? How are you kind of carrying yourself out across this road?
He's kind of along for the ride. He's looking around, curious about the hyena pigs. It's kind of obvious that he's led a bit of a sheltered life.
Oh, wrong button. Sorry. Keep going.
So he's like just he's looking around curiously. He's, as far as Mariel joining the party, he's kind of like, yeah, whatever. This is as good as anything else. Whatever.
I guess this is happening.
Do you look for any plants, Temmerlinck?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Roll perception for me. Let's see what you can
Percep-
find.
Okay.
If survival's higher, you can roll. Oh, 20 perception. Phew. Yeah, you find a rare species of flower kind of clustered, half strangled by weeds at the edge of like a little crater.
Okay. Is it in flower? Is it in seed?
It's in flower, but it's kind of a little bit wilted because of it's been like kind of choked by a lot of weeds around it.
Do I see this thing too?
If Temmerlinck goes over to it, then yeah.
What would I roll to identify it?
Yeah.
You can roll nature. You two.
Okay, I'm assuming Temmerlinck, he probably knows it well enough. He probably doesn't need to, but I'm
that
scared.
is a possibility.
19. Wait, never. He's got it.
Yeah, you know this exact
2.
species.
I have no clue what that is. I guess it's a flower.
Yeah, Blue. This is a very rare species. You've actually been looking for it for a number of years. It was thought extinct, just because of its rarity.
Okay, I would like to go over it and start clearing the weeds away from it.
All right. To extract it, you've already rolled a 19 on nature, so I'm gonna say that that's no problem.
I'm gonna follow over and just kind of, I got kind of like my hands behind my back, kind of like leaning over, like wondering what's
Doing that kid following the
yeah,
adult
I'm
doing
just
work
like,
thing.
what's going on here?
Okay, if she's following me, I'm going to be talking to her while I'm working. Say, this is a very rare flower. We thought this was extinct.
Oh, what's that? What are these called?
You know the name is Moon Blossom.
It is called moon blossom.
Wow.
Temmerlinck, do you try to extract any sort of seeds or cuttings or to transplant it at all?
If there's a way to extract seeds from it, I would like to do that. If I can take a cutting without damaging the plant beyond repair, I would like to do that.
Okay, we'll say, I mean, you were built for this, so we'll say you can take a cutting and it's not going to die on you, that you have something in your construction that allows you to keep cuttings alive for a substantial period of time.
Okay, that is
Okay,
really cool.
I'm going to do that then.
So you can add Moon Blossom cutting to your inventory. There's that little plus button. I don't know if you know where that is.
I see it. There's my inventory. One moon blossom cutting.
All right.
crisscross, awesome sauce.
Yeah.
That was really cool. So what does it look like from my perspective? Like I've never seen this kind of like creature before. I don't think I've seen a.
No, I don't think you've never, Mariel. Blue,
These are supposed to be really rare, right? In this setting.
Yeah, you've never even heard of something like Temmerlinck.
Warforged.
Would you like to describe what this looks like, Temmerlinck? It's okay if not.
I'm not sure what you're getting at.
When you take the cutting and preserve it.
Basically my my right hand will fold back, and a set of delicate gardener's snippers will come out as I hold the plant gently in my other hand, and then snip off part of a stem with a bud on with the snippers, and then that will retract into an internal storage compartment, and then my hand will fall back into where it was.
I'm like, whoa! How did you do that? That is so cool.
It is my design. I am designed as a gardener, as a tender of plants and preserve.
That's really cool. I'm designed too. I was born from these like sort of like stanzas essentially. I don't actually know mine, but it's supposed to be our deities kind of write them based on like what we're meant to do, what we're meant to be, that kind of thing. I'm a guardian, so my deity would have written like the whole thing, but some angels like the seraphim, they'll the parents will write like each one to give to their hearts, because basically I have like a core inside me, a magic core, and then heart on each side for the eye core and that kind of thing. Sorry, a lot of echo right now. I'll see if I can muffle it more.
Go ahead.
Fascinating.
Kai and you guys, are you guys watching this kind of?
I was just going to ask Kai and Pika, what are you up to while Temmerlinck extracts the sample?
I'm doing my very best to get behind Kai without being noticed, getting out of the line of sight so that Kai is not looking directly at me. I'm doing my very best to be as unseen as possible while I'm continuing to fiddle with something under my hood, under my cloak.
See.
Oh well, okay, we're doing it again, you guys. It's perception versus stealth.
Done.
I get the feeling.
What the heck?
I don't think I can.
Oh my gosh.
Kai, you've lost Pika. The old woman's disappeared again on a flat plane.
So close.
Mariel's clueless again.
I am. Pika is currently behind, just hiding, just as seemingly has disappeared. Every time you look to your left, I dodge to your right, and vice versa, and you just have totally lost where I'm at.
Like one of those like physical comedy sketches where you're just behind the person the entire time.
Yep.
I'm sure this can only mean good things for me.
Only good things.
Only good things. Takeen is just kind of whistling and trying to seem nonchalant, but you can tell he's like looking left and right, trying to figure out if there's a way he could just bolt.
Just Kai gives up looking for Pika and just gives him a hard stare. Like, do not make this harder than it needs to be.
Are you even getting paid for this?
That's the whole point.
I mean, you could make so much more living an alternative lifestyle. I mean, I have never wanted for money. I mean, I want it, but I've never wanted for it.
And you bring all sorts of negative attention onto yourself. I would rather not have that kind of attention.
The term is notoriety, and it rules. And as you guys are walking...
Well, before that happens, this conversation is coming to its conclusion, you hear a voice you haven't heard before, a very quiet, plain voice, directly behind you, I might add. Male voice saying, he has that effect on people.
I turn around. What greets me?
The old crone is nowhere to be seen, although it's pretty obvious that it was not exactly a high effort, not a great degree of disguise was put into a rather hasty conversion to the old crone. Instead, you see a very unassuming, completely boring-looking male halfling just standing there with his hood up. His face is still lit in what light is in the surrounding area, but is still rather far back into his cloak. And examining a little closer, you see some rather dull green, dark eyes. Nothing of any interest in the face. No scars or anything. Looks young.
Does Mariel know what a changeling is?
Roll me history.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
I think I know what it is, but I'm wrong.
So a changeling is someone who works at like a boutique and they clean the changing stalls.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah, of course. That's what I've heard.
Sure.
What I know. Sorry, go ahead.
It'll be very obvious that it was a pretty only barely carried off disguise. As soon as you see the actual face underneath, you can tell, okay, it was just this kid the whole time.
Okay.
Gotcha. Kai looks surprised for a moment, then just kind of the face settles and just grim acceptance, like, okay, why not?
May as well happen. Speaking of may as well happen, as you slowly herd these cats down the road, Kai, you hear a peculiar sound. You all do. It's almost a hissing noise, very distant. And it's at first very intermittent. It starts to speed up, and you look up, and you see the wounded moon shining very red upon its visible gash, and from the sky begins to fall liquid molten crimson metal and droplets of moon rain.
I don't have any shield.
I would like everyone to please roll survival to try to find shelter. Okay, we've got
Temmerlinck, thank God, and also Kai knows what's going on.
Temmerlinck, Pip. Did somebody not roll? Ren. Oh, Ren rolled.
Yeah.
Ren rolled.
Yeah.
Pip rolled. Temmerlinck. Oh, Mariel did. I couldn't find Mariel. Sorry, that's my eyes. Okay, I've got good news and bad news. Temmerlinck, tell me what shelter you're able to find out here.
I don't know. Maybe there's a. You said it's a cratered area. Maybe there's a cavity in one of the craters I can go into.
You slide down into that crater where you took the sample, or another one. I can't remember if you guys already left that place, but we'll say it's the same. Maybe it's a big crater, and as you're sliding down the slope, you see like a cavity in the side, a little side cave, and you jump in this side hole.
Can I follow?
We'll get to that. Wren, how do you find shelter? Do you go with Temmerlinck, or does Kai go somewhere else?
This might be a little weird. Can I use my spell Entangle to kind of... It says grassy weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square. Can I use that, instead of using it to grasp someone, kind of create almost like a tent for all of us, so then they don't get yeeted and we're all just kind of safe underneath the tent?
I will say that you can, but I will also point out, if you do choose to do that, it will buy you time, and it will protect the people who rolled too low, but it will also burn pretty quickly because plants and molten metal aren't going to get along.
Do I have anything that can... Bless is only for people, right?
Yes.
If I'm in my cavity, can I see what she's doing?
Not quite. Because you are in a cave, so she's probably out of your line of sight. But you can still hear her.
Can I hear what she's doing?
I'll leave that up to Kai. Kai, are you verbalizing kind of are you mumbling to yourself about casting Entangle or anything like that?
Probably, yeah. I'd probably. You know what might be easier is the cavern area where Temmerlinck is. Is there like multiple caverns? Could I create almost a bridge or like a kind of a tunnel so that we can get there safely?
Oh,
Ooh.
like
Yeah, like
like
an
you-
umbrella.
so you want to create like a shelter? You want to use Entangle to make a temporary like sheltered area so they can run down to the cave?
Yeah.
Yes, you can do that.
Awesome sauce.
All right.
Okay.
If I notice what she's doing, I would like to use my entangle spell to assist.
All right. Between the two of you, I got great news for you, for Mariel and Pick.
We rolled terribly.
Before that you can get scorched by the falling molten metal, all of a sudden around these vines break through the half-barren, scraggly earth and rise up over you, and they begin immediately to burn. But in this like burning tunnel of brief safety, you're both able to run and then slide down the slope of the crater and into the cave.
Is my flying speed faster? I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember, but you will get there.
Okay. I was wondering if it would help if I picked anybody up. Okay. Because Pika's pretty small.
I can move through. I think I can move through difficult terrain as if it wasn't.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and in this case, they're both using it to create kind of a tunnel situation.
Cool.
If you want to both go ahead and click on that spell, Wren and Blue, it will deduct the spell slot. If you click on its name, yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Thank you. I'm so glad that we're not injured.
Yes, that's actually very good for you guys. I'm loving the creative solutions to this. This is great. Okay, so you guys all are now kind of crammed into. It's not like a huge cave. It's a it's kind of a small cave.
I cast my light cantrip. So
All
people
right,
can
what do you
see.
cast it on?
Oh yes, I gotta touch something. I will touch. I'll put it on. Let's see. What's something that would like be? Oh, can I put it? Can I cast it on Temmerlinck since he's like
You can cast it on anything, including a person, I think.
All right, I'm gonna put it on Temmerlinck.
Temmerlinck, you begin to glow.
Excellent.
And as you begin to glow, Temmerlinck, you turn, and you all notice that you're not alone in this cave. There is a certain gentleman. He's a merman, sort of like sitting up on his tail, almost like a cobra. He's got blue-green scales. He's got a canvas shirt and like a red little vest. He's got a little red bicocket hat that's like a Robin Hood style hat. And he's got some leather armor on underneath. And he's got like a little like ukulele. And he's thoroughly surprised to suddenly have a great deal of company, and he looks rather frightened.
Oh, do you live here?
Yes.
Hi, I'm
Okay.
Mariel.
Kai would kind of step forward between them all and this random person, especially Mariel, because, Mariel's young and clearly has no sense of stranger danger.
Yeah.
So
The
Kai would kind of just go like, "Sorry, we had to get out of the rain. We'll be out of your hair in a moment."
No, that's not understandable at all. It's not nice to meet you.
Is there a way I could persuade? I'd like to persuade him that we're like, this is really an opportunity for
You can roll persuasion.
socializing. This is a great time we can all be friends. 13.
His face softens, although it
Listen,
wasn't really hard to begin with.
Look, we're all. This is really an opportunity. The weather is, in a way, it's kind of bringing us together. Like I don't know if you get a lot of visitors. I don't get it out a lot much either. But this is like a really great opportunity for us to share like our feelings and
It's
our
impossible
stories.
to share feelings in person.
What?
I'm fine.
I'd like to detect magic.
Yes, go ahead and use detect magic.
That would be one of my spell slots, I believe. I'd like to detect magic for this whole freaking cave. Just this whole.
All right, you immediately detect some weird things. Let me see. You sense the presence of magic. Da, ba, da, 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 da. Okay, you learn the school of magic, if any. Okay, so some weird stuff. First of all, Temmerlinck definitely lights up with the
Oh my.
kind of magical construction in your sense,
Ooh.
fairly standard, but very intricate and interesting and unusual arrangement of colors of magical energies flowing through his constructed body. Kai doesn't light up, but there's like a haze almost, or a darkness. There's something weird, but it's very buried deep. So you don't get much of a picture of it. It's very faint. It's very weak.
Oh, okay. I'm not expecting this.
And
Going.
then Lolavan, excuse me, the stranger whose name you don't know yet.
Okay. Someone who is not in the null event, as far as I know.
Also, he himself has this sort of hazy blue darkness to him, and you notice for the first time that it's like splattered over one side of his head, and in ordinary sight, you can also see that his veins are turning blue, and one of his eyes has sunken into like this blue, infected, half glowing kind of like without any like white or black to it. It's just like he's like a corner of his head is almost decaying in this kind of blue and black, and in detecting the magic you can see tendrils of this like darkness and this blue working
Whoa,
through
wait.
him.
Is this Meyer? Like Meyer?
Why don't you roll me Arcana?
Actually, oh,
Because you don't have a lot of experience. You don't know what this is.
oh boy, guys, there's something really weird going on. I just did detect magic.
The merman goes, everything's perfectly normal.
It's not perfectly normal. He's trying to trick us.
I'm trying to trick you.
Yeah. I'm not sure what his deal is.
He looks kind of frustrated.
I wonder if it's like word thing. I like to roll insight to see if this guy is actually dangerous or if he's like under a curse or influence.
Go ahead. 12 insight. I'm going to roll something myself real quick. In the meantime, Pika, how are you reacting to all this?
I am very much taking advantage of the conversation to disappear into the shadows. By the way, you did not detect any magic whatsoever from me at all.
Can I spot Pika?
We're doing it again. Okay, perception.
19. Holy cow!
This is.
I mean,
No!
I'm level 2 and I
Come
have
on.
a +7 to stealth. So
Oh my gosh!
All I'm gonna ask, Pika, is did anyone notice you coming in, or do they think you're still out in the moon rain?
they did see me. I mean, everyone knows I made it into the cave. They just don't know what happened immediately after that.
Pika's gone again.
And in fact, half of you haven't even realized that I'm not Pika and that I'm back to just being Pick.
That's right. Including the DM who keeps forgetting things like that. So Kai, you've lost Pick again, and this weird merman is babbling and looking frustrated.
A merman
What did I
that
get
I might
for
note
my-
I am slightly closer to than I was before, and am off in the shadows.
What did I get for my insight roll?
Yes, your insight. You look into him and you see a tremendous resistance. It's hard to read. It's like something's between you and his mind. But you get that same kind of hazy, confused impression that this weird infection gives you.
I'd like to roll in insight on that too.
All right, please do, Temmerlinck. Oh,
22.
phew, yes. With a 22, let me roll for this guy again, and we'll see how this goes. I can roll secretly. Yeah, you can see straight through this guy. Temmerlinck, you are familiar with the mire. It is one of your great enemies in your work because it spreads and corrupts and twists and turns things monstrous and into sort of these undead husks. And it's deeply feared ancient bioweapon from the Titan War. And as you look into this man, you look into his eyes, one beginning to glow this faint, dull blue, you know exactly what this is. This guy is not in control fully of himself anymore. He has been infected by mire. It's a mild infection. He's not a mire husk, like he's still there. He's not severely infected in any way, so he's still kind of he's trying to communicate, but the mire is messing with his mind and making it difficult for him to speak correctly. I think with a 22, you can figure out that it seems like he's saying the opposite of what he means.
He's kind of Maya touched, I guess.
I've never touched the mire. It's not on my face. It didn't get in my head.
Would you?
I believe he's saying the opposite of what he.
Oh, it's an opposite day situation.
I'm not saying the opposite.
Wait.
I mean everything I say exactly, and the mire is not affecting my speech.
Can you say the sentence? This
It
sentence is a lie.
He just throws up some like black blue
Ooh,
goo over himself.
okay.
Oh,
Mire does not
It's
like
working.
paradoxes.
oh. I'm not a bard, if that's unhelpful.
How did you not get here?
I wasn't traveling to Adelaide Skifta. I wasn't ambushed by creatures of mire, and I didn't hide in a cave after my companions didn't abandon me because I wasn't infected with the mire.
Temmerlinck, what do we do for these kinds of for this situation? Does anyone know how to heal? I don't think I have any healing spell. Well, no, what spells do I have? Hold on. I have detect
By
magic
this
and
point, I
blast.
have already snuck all the way up to the.
What do I know about
Oh,
healing Maya?
wait.
Oh yeah, okay. We'll go through this. First of
I
all,
have lay on hands. Is that helpful?
First of all, Pick, you've snuck all the way up to the stranger, right?
Correct.
What do you want to do?
Well, you tell me. I'm. Maybe I should have asked about how this works. I don't know as if this relic I have will be of any use or not.
Oh yes, you would have to roll Arcana or maybe History, or you could ask someone in the group.
Oh, wrong button. Sorry.
I'm definitely not asking. I'm just doing.
Yeah. Okay. With a 14 Arcana, you can't say for sure because you don't actually know what this thing is. You do know that it only fills once per day, every morning, and you've only ever known it to regenerate just health, not necessarily cure conditions. You also know that the guy you stole it from only understood it as a relic of regeneration.
Okay, so when I get close enough, I would like to perceive if he looks injured.
Yes. Roll medicine check.
That's just medicine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
16. He is unhurt. Mariel, you break his toe.
What?
Sorry, I was just trying to see.
That doesn't hurt. Temmerlinck, people are made of squishy bits, and you don't understand it. But Pick, with your 16 medicine check, you can tell this guy is not actually physically injured in any way. He's recovered from his wounds, but he does have an infection, a curse that goes beyond what you understand to be the ordinary realms of medicine.
So what everyone else sees is, and for those of you who are especially observant, you might finally notice that my face has changed to something other than an old crone. I'm no longer an old woman if you happen to look carefully enough. But you see Pick approach and then fade back into the background after observing all of this, without saying a word.
Let's see.
All right, so Blue, you had a thing. You wanted to know what you knew about something, right?
What do I know about kind of cleansing mire infections or whatever this is?
I'm trying to remember. You do know it's a mire infection. You had a 22 insight. I'm gonna have to make you roll. I'm gonna say you can roll Arcana or Medicine.
Okay, I'm gonna roll Arcana.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no! Crit fail. Ah. Oh gosh, you believe that if you cut him open, it will come out.
Maybe we don't
No.
try that. Okay, I'm gonna roll Arcana too.
Oh no.
It's the exact same thing if it wasn't a fail.
You don't understand what's going on, but he is still screaming about you breaking his toe. What were you gonna do, Blue?
I'm the only one who seems to have understood what's going on here even a little bit. So I'm at the edge of trying to protect this guy.
Yeah, wanna share with the class, Vic?
No, I am intently looking at Kia. Why do I keep forgetting your name? Kia?
It's Kai's the
Kai.
name.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm intently looking at you as the only leader who might have some sense of what's going on here other than me.
Blue, do you
Right
share?
now.
Oh, sorry. Blue, do you share the information you think you got with Kai?
Yes, I'm going to share with the group, with the whole group.
So you all know it's a Meyer infection, but
Yeah.
Temmerlinck thinks that you should bloodlet it. What were you gonna do, Kai?
You see, as soon as Kai hears that it's a Meyer infection, she kind of takes half a step back and looks wary, and almost kind of slightly glares at the infected. Would I know anything specific about like mild Meyer infections and if they're reversible?
I would like you to roll me Arcana or History with advantage, and you
Okay.
won't need to roll very high,
Which one's-
just because your experience is unusual.
Yeah. Oh, they're both the same, so.
Whoa, nat 20. Yes, you know all about this, Kai. You know that mild Meyer infections are completely reversible. A cleric can cast a greater restoration spell, or theoretically, if you knew any Meyermancers, they could technically purge Meyer, but they probably wouldn't for you. And with each sort of infection, a symptom is gained. One of them can be never being able to tell the truth. And with each symptom can be cured by one greater restoration spell. So if he only has like one infection, if he's only got one symptom, he only needs one cast of the spell from a cleric. And there are, various religions, their clerics will provide services like this. It just can be complicated by if they're in a city that doesn't allow people who are infected to enter, period, out of safety concerns.
None of us are clerics, are we?
But you do know that, yeah, this is reversible, and if he's only got the one symptom that you've seen so far, it shouldn't be that difficult to cure him if you can get him to a cleric.
Okay. I would probably, after realizing this, kind of cock my head, look at him, and I would probably ask, who are you allied with?
Uh, 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 I am not on my way to Astrolabe. I am not a friend or an associate to the certificated counselors, the stellar counselors. I am not a simple man who doesn't want to make trouble.
Hmm.
I don't like playing the ukulele.
Are you hostile?
I am hostile. Ugh. He like kind of puts his hand over his mouth in frustration.
Gotcha.
So
I remind everybody that he is saying the opposite of what he means.
I got that.
Kai, do you have any thoughts? Do you know anything what we can do for him?
A mild Meyer infection can be treated or cured by a greater restoration spell.
Okay, so
I will be allowed into Adelaide Skifta because they do allow people who are infected there. I don't need a cleric, and I'm not desperate to find one.
I'm gonna peek my head out just to see, not go all the way out, just to look to see how the weather's like.
I was about to say the moon rain is starting to clear up.
I kind of like clear up. Is it still kind of dripping?
It's just about done. As you kind of poke your head out, you see the last few drops fall all around you. The bottom of the crater and the slopes and all around is scorched and steaming. Every scrap of grass is gone.
Thank goodness Temmerlinck got that cutting.
Yes.
I hope Drogo's okay. He's pretty good at that sort of thing.
And the plain is covered in rapidly cooling crimson moonblood metal.
Ooh.
I think before we leave, I would ask, does anybody know of a place that has clerics that will not kill this person on sight?
Let's see. What would that be? History?
You can roll history, but I mean, roll with disadvantage, Mariel. You haven't been many places.
I already got a -2 to it. I don't think.
Okay, just roll history then. You're already bad at it. So.
Yeah.
13.
Can I roll as?
I also want to
Yes.
roll in the city if I can.
Yeah.
So, to see if you know any in the city itself?
Yeah, because I have.
Or just
Go ahead.
Connections.
Oh yeah, just go ahead, Ren.
I was just gonna say, like, in general, it does need.
Yeah. Okay, so Ren, Kai's mind draws a blank. This is not a dimension of society you're very familiar with. The idea of people being helpful to what is widely derided as like the worst of social outcasts. You can't think of anybody that you know. Mariel, here's what's weird. Temmerlinck, you have a general idea that there are several churches in the city. You probably wouldn't have like great luck with the Knights of the White Eye. They probably wouldn't be super chill, but there are temples to Riona and also to the Wounded Moon, and maybe some other ones. Adelaide Skift is a big city, so vaguely you know that there are clerics in major settlements, and in the followers of several Welkin gods are likely to be helpful. There are just a few exceptions that could still be helpful, but less likely to be. And Mariel, you have heard stories. You've heard stories because the Feathered Wanderers are a nomadic people, so you've heard of all kind of people. And you've heard stories that there are churches out in the Moonlight Canals outside Astrolabe, which is like an agricultural region, and it's fairly open. There's no walls around it or anything. And if you go there are clerics who are more helpful because they're outside the city, which cities tend to ban mire touched.
Okay, well, I'm super excited because I can actually help with something once I'm just like bouncing on balls to my feet, just like, guys. So there's these people I've heard about, these religious order, to the west of us, in the Moonlight Canals. So it's on the way to Astrolabe. We could just like walk with them on the way there.
I wouldn't like that at all, and I don't appreciate that, and I'm not thanking you. And you're not a wonderful little girl.
And I'm gonna turn to Tekin, right?
Do you mean Pika or Temmerlinck?
Wait, what happened to Tekin your stuff?
Oh, I totally forgot. Yes, Tekin's here with you. Yes, I've been here the whole time.
Do you know of any clerics in the area? I mean,
I
like now,
know
go there. It's a little way out.
lots of people. I know all kinds of people. I know some people in Adelaide Skefti who might help, but you would have to smuggle him into the city. The Moonlight Canals, I have heard. There are a number of different temples and churches there that are probably your best bet.
You just have to cross the bridge over the chasms to get there.
Yes, the Armstead Bridge.
Can you not walk, merman?
I can't get around at all. He slithers up and down inside the cave
Oh, okay,
easily.
cool. Okay. What's not your name?
My name is not Lolavander.
Lolavander. That is not such a beautiful name. All right.
No, thank you.
You're not welcome. I'm gonna step out of the chasm and just kind of
yeah, the moon rain is past. Do you guys
Yeah,
get
that's-
out of the cave?
Yes.
Lolavander looks up. Oh, go ahead, Wren. Sorry.
I was just gonna say before we leave, I would probably ask him like, how stable are you?
I'm not stable at all. It's not a mild infection. It hasn't gotten worse. It is getting worse.
how big is this merman compared to me?
He's about the size of a human.
Oh, okay, so he's actually like an adult. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to carry for me. How tall is Temmerlinck actually? Is he still
Temmerlinck is
growing?
huge, right?
Temmerlinck is quite large. He's the size of a good-sized adult human.
And but
She's still glowing. I should probably turn that off once we get out, so he's not annoyed by
try to
that.
get attention. But Lolavander can move around. He just demonstrated.
Cool. Okay, so we don't have to carry him.
Yeah. Should I not come with you?
Yeah, definitely don't just definitely just stay here and don't stay by our side at all.
He sort of
You realize
slithers
you
up
don't.
cautiously. Go ahead, Kai.
I
Sorry.
will not protect you.
Just gonna say, you realize you don't have to speak in opposites as well, yes?
Huh? No.
Fantastic.
Okay.
I'm gonna do some reconnaissance because there's clearly something fishy here with the people disappearing, and then this guy, he was ambushed, and we gotta his group is basically covered. I'm gonna fly up and get like a bird's eye view.
Okay, so you want to fly up and get a bird's eye view. Roll me survival. Yeah, just roll me survival.
Survival.
Survival is how you find stuff in the wild. It's
Oh,
technically.
okay. So I'm okay. Hopefully this works.
I'll let you roll again. I'll let you roll with advantage because you're up in the air and it's a flat plane.
Oh.
Okay. So you got an 8. You're really high up and things look really small and all the
Wow.
steam rising up from the
ants down
plane.
there.
It's like a big thick fog coming up of steam as all the
Kinda-
molten metal cools.
Kind of look towards I look towards the city where we came from and over towards to the astrolabe to the west over the chasm. See if I could see the chasms from here.
You can just glimpse the chasms from here,
Wow.
and mostly because they're massive.
I look up at the moon and see what's looking like after.
A little less
kind of-
red. A little more white coming back. The big kind of wound in its side is starting to kind of stabilize and darken a bit. It doesn't look like it's going to rain more moon rain right now.
So I'm gonna fly down and kind of help give a hand to people out of the kind of crevice cave they're in.
Pick, what are you up to? I wanna know how you're doing.
Who?
Pick. Sorry,
Pick?
maybe I slurred that.
Sorry.
Yeah. Pick.
Sorry, I misheard.
No, that's fine.
I have yet again slunk away. I'm just following. I'm probably in the shadows of Takeen. Takeen is one size larger than me, so I just hide.
Yeah.
I think you already know what I'm gonna say.
Do it again,
2,
folks.
1. Rock, paper, no.
Perception.
Oh, Guy is on it. Are you kidding me? It's tied. 23 and 23? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Oh gosh, how does it? I forget the rule for tied. Roll them again.
Reroll.
So it says
Reroll.
specifically, I can attempt to hide even when I'm obscured only by a creature that is at least half one size larger than you. So I am attempting to hide.
Right. Roll stealth again. Kai got 6, so I think you're gonna be fine.
It's impossible for me.
I
to
nat failed.
Oh no!
I nat 1 and got an
Okay,
8.
Here's the thing. It's a nat 1, but it's also an 8. Kai, you
No,
still
wait. That's not true. I'm a halfling. I get to reroll on a nat 1.
That's right. You reroll.
16.
You're disappeared.
I
I wonder what Pix got to.
have no
One
clue.
day.
I rolled a 3. She didn't say the 3 part. Yeah. I have no idea what you're talking
Well,
about.
I guess we'd better be.
I'd like to
heading
point out
south.
for the audience that he referred to me as Pick, not Pika.
Okay.
Did anyone perceive that?
Who said that?
Takeen did.
Oh, okay. So wait, is it short for Pika? Which one is it?
Pick and Pika, you might say, a very close relationship.
It's just like a Jekyll and Hyde thing. What's
Now,
the...
which one's the good one? It's sort of a Jekyll or a Hyde.
What is his and her or their deal? What's the
Oh, he's a good friend of mine.
friend?
We go way back. He's a prodigious and a conscientious outlaw.
Oh my gosh, you guys dated.
I did not. We know we didn't date.
Oh my gosh, that's
You don't even know what that is, do you?
Yeah, I do. I know. I know the whole thing. I learned this in angel school. Boys have bigger left hearts. Girls have bigger right hearts. I know how it all works.
What?
There's a
What?
fawn.
Hearts?
Yes.
We're gonna need to get you an anatomy class.
love learning.
I'm not doing it. If you want to do it, Kai. Also, you didn't hear me pick an outlaw, Kai. You have no evidence. That's not testimony. I'm not under oath. I guess we'd best be moving on, Temmerlinck?
That sounds like a good idea.
So Temmerlinck, I'm kind of looking around at just like I'm pretty new to this world, right? So I'm kind of looking, or this plane of existence or whatever. And I'm kind of looking at, because I was from like, celestial star area. So I'm looking over kind of in curiosity at what it looks like with all the molten like metal over the land.
Yeah, so the land is sort of blanketed in, it's almost like hardened molasses, but it's this rapidly cooling red metal. The steam is starting to clear, and the whole plane is shimmering with this metallic sheen as it's been bathed in this red, like blood red metal. Very distantly,
I'd like to.
Oh, go ahead.
No, finish what you were going to say.
Very distantly, you can see some feathered wanderers coming out from like underneath like a tent that was like magically shielded somehow.
I bounce up and down and wave.
One of them like kind of clocks you and waves back.
I wonder who that guy is. I'd like to look at Temmerlinck because he's clearly his thing is like healing the land, and this seems to be the opposite. I don't know what I roll to kind of, I guess it'd be insight to see like how he's feeling about it without asking.
Yeah, you can roll insight. That'd be insight.
It's not exactly. He doesn't have a face to portray anything at 3. I have no clue what's going on.
Look, that robot doesn't he doesn't move. He stands there. He doesn't
Yeah,
breathe.
he doesn't have a face to speak. He's got an eye. He doesn't have facial expression.
Temmerlinck, you do notice
I'm not
Mariel.
getting a vibe.
Yeah, like you do
I was
notice.
kind of like looking at you sideways, like tilting my head, like, what's this? Kind of an ambiguous facial expression.
Okay, do I know this, Mariel?
Yeah. I was gonna say you notice Mariel doing this.
Okay, I will make a sighing sound, and this is not the way it's supposed to be.
It's not.
The land is supposed to heal, and it is wounded.
Well, it's a good thing you got that flower cutting. So is
Yes.
this is what you're here for? Is to, I guess, reverse this as much as you can, or preserve?
To preserve what remains against the day when the world can be restored.
Do I know any like? I know the Feather Wanderers are pretty like religiously syncretist, and then I had like angel background
Mhm.
too. So, what do I roll for religion? Like, is there any story about I've heard about these sorts of creatures that peel the land and have this kind of this hope for a renewal of this creation?
Oof, that's interesting. You can roll history to try to think of a specific story about these creatures. You can roll religion.
I'm gonna roll religion because I don't have a -0.
Okay.
If that's okay.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Curious. Oh, crud.
You don't know of any stories of people healing the land. You dimly remember something about the Titan War wrecking everything, because everyone kind of knows that.
There was a dragon, and there was a Titan, and they fought
And
each
you
other.
can see them up over there in like giant mountainous forms.
Right, yeah.
But that's about as far as your brain goes.
I gotta like be more inquisitive. I gotta like ask questions. What are you? And I just kind of like, not suspiciously, like, but I'm kind of like squinting my eyes, like I'm trying to like take in this metal band in front of me.
A more resonance, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of
Mentally,
mineral. What's that?
What was the question? Sorry, I
I'm
missed
trying to
it.
figure out. I just asked, "What are you?" That's what I said. Like, what are you? Like,
I'm I was built to care for the the park spaces of my city of Astrolabe.
Oh, how come you don't live in Astrolabe anymore?
My organization, they send people out to gather seeds and cuttings of the plants
Oh,
of the world. We are trying to gather and store carefully all of the wild plants and all of the cultivated plants of the world.
so it's Astrolabe. Is it safer there from the metal, the rain, the blood rain?
There are the city is not safe, but we have magical defenses. My organization are involved with raising the magical shields over the moonlight canals,
Oh,
cultural areas, and over the city's parklands.
so you tap search in. So you're sort of like a park ranger guy.
Yes, that is my organization. We are the Queen's Park Rangers.
Oh, that's really
Not,
cool. How old are you? I hope that's not a rude question.
I am, as a living being, I know that I am 12,
Oh, so I'm older than you then,
but
by a couple years.
I was put together before the Titan War, but I awoke to life only 12 years ago.
So you were like sort of an automaton before, and you've like sort of you've gained consciousness.
Yes,
It's really interesting.
the the mage scholars that my organization's leaders consulted suggested that at the end of the Titan War, a huge amount of magical energy was released, which restructured my core essence to allow the growth of a soul.
That is super cool.
Yes, well, this is all very interesting. I don't have no clue where Pick is, but I'm sure he's not far. Kai, don't you think we'd best be getting on, seeing it is sort of a time-sensitive missing caravan deal?
Oh, he
I
does
was just
care.
I care
I
about the
was just
people.
about to I was just about to suggest we move on, considering our friend here has stated that he's stable and not getting worse. I
I'm
think
getting
it's
worse.
fit that
I
we.
know that the legendary Tika obviously he cares. I just didn't think that you cared about this specific mission. I thought you were trying to sneak off and do your own thing, sort of. I wasn't sure.
I can multitask.
That's true. You're
At,
good at that.
at the end of the day, we are finding a missing caravan where
That's
people
right.
might
Um.
be in trouble,
Uh.
and if this man is truly the altruist he claims to be,
Oh,
then
I'm pretty sure.
I
Yeah.
think I think that he would want to help the innocents stuck in the
Oh,
caravan.
You know me so well, Kai. I'm such a conscientious man. I have saved thousands of lives. I've slain dragons,
hold on. I'm gonna.
been to the moon.
Then prove it.
I'm just.
I will.
I want to see if he's at least exaggerating.
Let's see. So you roll 14 for insight?
Temmerlinck wrote a 17.
Temmerlinck is suspicious of Takeen. Okay, let me see here. Let me
Uh,
roll. Actually, wait, I didn't do that right. Oh, wait, okay. You both can tell he's exaggerating. And he hasn't been to the moon.
If you went to the moon, you would have like burned up. It's all bleedy out there all the time.
Well, I wore special shoes. Anyway, let's be going.
A tall tale teller.
All right,
Pika, the tall tale teller.
it's Tikan. It's
Tikan?
It's now you've got me confused. Takeen, it's Takeen.
Pika,
You made my brain turn off for a second. Is that an angel thing?
Coco,
Takeen.
Takeen.
I'm famous. Everyone knows the name.
Yeah, I knew the name obviously. The
So
what was the other dude's name? Laura.
Lollavander is the name of the merman.
Lollavander. Do you not know what happened to your group? Were they not a caravan?
I know what happened. I'm not sure if they went on without me. I
Hmm.
don't think they're probably safe.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Were they
so
not going to the astrolabe?
they were going to Astrolabe.
So they were not going. Were they not going to Adelaide Skifta?
They were not going to Adelaide Skifta.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go
All right.
going.
So, everybody, Mariel, you've already rolled survival once, but I'll let you do it again. I'd like everyone to please roll survival.
Crud. I hope that's not bad. I mean, if it's just like,
Oh,
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna fly. I'm not even gonna touch the ground. I don't know how hot it is still. I'm just gonna
Okay.
float just like a foot off the ground. I'll look taller anyway.
It's thankfully cooled, but you do look awesome and like the residual steam just kind of hovering. Okay. So, let me look here. Oh, well, here's what happens. It is getting kind of late, so we might want to wrap up soon. But here's what happens. You guys are journeying down the western road among the cooling moonblood. Temmerlinck, you clock something in the distance on the road, kind of on an off branch coming from a different direction, and you all turn and hurry off in that direction. Mariel, you're flying over above the ground. You guys hear cries and screams, and as you get nearer among the hissing, cooling moonblood, you see a caravan of wagons. They are upright and relatively unscathed. You can see that the inhabitants of it, the civilians, are still in the wagons. You don't see any bodies or any wounded. They've like all battered, like they've all like battened down the hatches and tried to close up as much as possible. And as you get near enough to see this, a dark pool creeps along the ground, and you see rising out of it these gooey, oozing, shape-shifting hands in this puddle of hands that moves towards the caravan.
Ooh, monster.
And out from behind a slope in the same kind of flow of dark blue-tinged, oil-slick, reflective murk, you see a hideous and huge creature combined from multiple Ongamane skeletons. It has this pale, vaguely blue flesh clinging to its bones. And it has 3 Ongamane heads crookedly interconnected with threads of mire to form a distended maw as it staggers along on these legs made from various skeletal bones jumbled and crumbled together. And above it, flying, is a furbolg, which is ordinarily sort of like a giant guy with a sort of cow reminiscent face. But half of his jaw is decayed, and his ghostly pale face is haunted by a creeping blush of eldritch blue. He's got sprouted antlers of mire that have come out of his head next to his
What
usual.
the heck?
I don't know if he even furballs usually have horns. I will say he does, but now he's got antlers as well. And he's flying with these butterfly wings of black oozing mire that beat against the air in hideous hissing droplets.
Okay, so there are, just to reiterate, there are 2 enemies or 3?
There are 3.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Bless immediately on
Well, wait. As they're descending on the caravan, I think we should call the session here.
What? Okay.
Because I'm tired, and I think it's
Aw.
getting late.
I'm sorry to hear you're tired.
I probably shouldn't push it as much as I really wanna.
Okay.
Because combat is going to be a whole
Can
thing.
I bless for next time so don't forget?
Sure, but
Yeah, I'm gonna land immediately, and I'm gonna just like tap it with foot. Bless you. Like you just sneezed. Temmerlinck and Kai and Pick. If I could, yeah.
So what do I do
Alright.
with blessing?
Bless gives you a whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw. And it lasts for up to 1 minute, so it buffs everybody.
Okay, we'll just have to remember we did it.
Ooh, guidance.
I like guidance.
All right.
All right. Well, I hope you guys all had fun. I'm sorry to cut it short, but
No, this is really cool. I'm very invested in the story.
I'm very invested
glad
in
to
the
hear that.
story.
I'm really
I'm
glad to hear it.
super excited.
I'm really glad. Was that
Yeah.
Blue?
Great fun.
I'm glad. I'm really glad. I worked really hard on it. Thank you all so much for playing. We'll do this again soon. And we will finish. Surprisingly, I prepped more than I needed. We'll next time we'll be tackling combat, which I have a whole homebrewed thing I tack onto that.
Oh, was Blue casting guidance before we cut it?
Yeah. We'll see it in the log when we next play. So
Yeah,
we'll know that
we'll be
you
there.
guys cast those things. So it's all good.
Who did cast? Because it's on one person. Who did he cast it on?
Figure it out when we get there. If we
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Thank you so much for putting up with my character being a nuisance and yet totally
No,
in the
that was a lot
background.
of fun. I really enjoyed everyone's characters. They were so cool.
I feel like the bit is gonna be just me trying to find Pick at all
Yeah.
times.
feel like that's just gonna be a consistent running gag now.
Like, where are you?
You're just gonna end up sticking around in this group just because you're like, okay, I gotta keep an eye on this.
All right, well, I should go rest.
I had so much fun. Great job, DM.
Thank you.
Thank
guys
you, it
Great
was
job,
great.
everybody. It was a lot of fun playing with everybody. It's been a long time
Yes,
since I played
thank
as
you.
a player instead of a DM.
Yes, you guys all take care and stay awesome. Hang in there, and we'll do this again in good time.
And thanks for recording, Dwango.
Yeah, you bet. I'm hitting stop recording. We'll see you on the flip side.
All right.
Remember, no matter how much you push the envelope, we'll still be stationary.
All right.